today we're going to be doing a St. Patrick's Day wreath, and we're going to be using 2 colors, and we're going to do the 30-inch ruffle. I love to do that. So I'm going to pan down and we'll get started. Okay, so I have a 15-inch work wreath, and I couldn't find one in the darker green, but this will be fine because there's a lot of lighter green in my ribbons and such, so this will be a very nice little addition. We're going to be using the dark green and the gold. Isn't that cool? It's the wide foil mesh, and I actually got these at Hobby Lobby. I've never seen these at Hobby Lobby before, but today they had them. So then we have a lot of options for what we're going to put as the centerpiece. I found this cute little guy. This came from the Christmas tree shop. I thought he was adorable. This came from the Dollar Tree, and you can take this apart and then use it like a body. So we have that option. And then I have the little 3-leaf clover. So I like that too. So I'm not sure what we'll use. We'll just figure that out as we go along. But I have cut a lot of these, but I'm going to cut a few. And I have a lot of ribbon cut, and we're going to cut a few of those as well. And I do want to say that this is going to be a live video on Facebook, but I'm taping it at the same time so that the reception is crystal clear. So if you hear me talking to people and you're wondering what that conversation is, that's why. So I have a Facebook page. It's called Hardworking Mom TV. And if you want to catch the lives, if you will come on over there, there's also a link in my banner. Then you can catch me on the lives. And I always like to put, after my lives are over, I will put an edited version on my YouTube channel so that it can be rewatched and rewatched and rewatched. So it's going to be fun. I hope you enjoy this. And thanks for watching. So, what we're going to do tonight, is we are going to be doing a St. Patrick's Day wreath. So I went and found a green work wreath, and I got these two. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I got the gold and the green from Hobby Lobby. I've never seen these at Hobby Lobby before, but today I found them. I couldn't believe it. Hi, ladies. So, what we're going to do is we are going to do the 30-inch ruffle. Yay, you made it. So I'm just going to stretch this out on my board. All right. And cut every 30 inches. Of course, I already have some cut, but I want you to at least see that. So it's been really rainy and snowy here today, so hopefully Facebook is going to work with us tonight. Hi! Yay! Hey Barbara, how are you? You finally made it. How about it? So how are y'all doing tonight? Alright, so we should have enough to get started. And for those that just joined, we cut these at 30 inches. We have 1 green wide foil and 1 gold wide foil. And we're going to figure out what we're going to put on it when we get towards the end, but I have several really good options. I have this cute little guy. Isn't that cute? I got this from the Christmas tree store. And then I got this from the Dollar Tree. I thought he was really cute. And I have this. So I'm not sure which one we're going to use. We'll figure that out when we get closer to the end. so. But we can at least get started. Alright, so we've got our 30 inches cut. I like to start on the bottom. You don't have to. You can do bottom or top. That's just personal preference, I guess. I like to go bottom up. So I'm just going to pull my ties out like this. Whoop, I still have a tag on there. Okay. And all this does is help me when I get ready, so I'm not having to pull them out. I know, isn't it pretty? I love this. Alright, so I'm just going to separate them. Of course, I cut them together since I was doing two. I always like to put them together. Okay, so I'm just going to go right up the middle and make a ruffle. There we go. Can you see it? Alright, so then I'm going to go in and I'm just going to put it down. Now I'm going to tie it off one good time and then I want to fluff it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do green, gold, green, gold, green, gold, green, gold. So we can get some fun colors in here. Alright, so same thing. Just going to go right up the center. Oh, and let me show you. If you have trouble with your hands, go up the sides like this. Have both your hands, see if you can see it better this way, but have both your hands on the sides and just pull from both sides. It will really help if you have trouble holding on to mesh, especially if you have trouble doing like a 30-inch. And then you can just grab it in the middle and it looks exactly the same. Then you can put that down. It's just a great little trick if you have trouble with your hands. Because a lot of us get arthritis or already have other issues going on. So, and then I like to pull them out so that they're kind of brushing up against each other. It's 30 inches. And it's a 10-inch by 10-yard roll. Both of them are. And they're both wide foil. So, I tell you, if you have trouble controlling your mesh, it's a great idea to just spread your fingers out when you're doing it. Somebody was telling me they were struggling with it the other day. It just made me think about it. So, if you're ever struggling with it, just spread your hands out. Alright, so now when I spread this out, I want to pull up the last one and have them kind of meet in the middle. Like this. That just kind of helps. It'll make it much fuller. Thank you. Okay, so has anybody on here had snow? We had a little snow today. It didn't stick, but it was still fun to see it. Okay, so I'm just going to spread it out and pull this one out so that you can see both the colors. Otherwise, they'll squish each other. And the other thing you can do is kind of bend in those little edges so that if there's any roughness, it will hide it. Now with this kind of mesh, this wide foil mesh, you don't get that very much because it's a nicer quality mesh, and so it really, wow, it really does. So just keep going, doing the same thing with each one. Put it down. Alright, and then I'll spread it out and pull the last one up. You see how when you do that, how nice it looks? It almost looks like they kind of blend in together, especially if you're doing separate colors. And it makes the wreath fuller to me. And I am going this way with my mesh. I'm going side to side and not up and down. We're going to have to do an up and down one soon because I think I've been stuck on the side to side recently. So. Woo! I don't know if we went 20 inches, but we would take some for sure. Wow. I know. It snowed, but it didn't really stick. Of course, tomorrow's when it'll get bad because it's wet everywhere and it's going to be freezing overnight, so. But that's okay. Maybe we'll get another day of school off. So see, I pulled that one up. Okay, and we'll just keep going. Separating them out. And I tell you, later this week I'm working on taping the saddle for the gravesite. So I just wanted to let you know that will be out later this week. I just have to finish it up and edit it, because I've had several requests for that. So, and I'm going to be doing blue and white. Matter of fact, I thought I had the flowers in here. Oh, this is what I'm going to be doing on the saddle. Isn't that pretty? I thought we'd do something cheerful. But I got a couple of them, so we'll have to do one for Easter too. Okay. So I'm just going to spread it out. Spread the one before it out. Like that. Here we go. Okay. Alright. So we're just about done with the bottom. Yeah, she's back there. She's in her spot. You would think the dog that I have, the size that I have, would not take up an entire couch or a whole bed, but let me tell you, she does. Do y'all have pets that do that? Because it's so funny. Okay. There we go. Okay. Alright, so we've gotten the bottom on. Just gonna fluff out these two and this one. There we go. See how they kind of blend together? I like that. We're going to go to the top, so I'll show you up there too. Okay. So you know, if you don't have a work wreath, you can just do it on your own. I have 10 on the bottom and 8 on the top. Alright, so I'll just go to the top. Well, that's an odd one. And put it down. So I am doing side to side. And then I'll spread it out like that. I was wondering because there's a strange extra little piece in here. Not really sure what that's for. We'll figure it out when we get around the side. This one may just have a odd extra piece in it. I'm trying to remember where I got this one from. I think I got it from Old Time Pottery. That's where I got it from. I don't usually get bases from there, but they were very reasonable. So I got some. Okay. So you want to do the same thing. Spread it out. Pull the one before it up so that both of them are facing up. Like that. See, when you do that, it also makes this top part start sticking up more. I like that. It just kind of gives it a little something extra, a little bit more fullness. Okay. I think we may need to cut one more set, but we'll see. Okay. So put this one down. And I am only tying it one time so that I can come back and add ribbons in. Okay. Hey Janie, did you get any snow? Okay, so I just keep pulling it up and spreading it out against the one before it. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. That's what that one is. It's just in a weird position. Alright. Yep, we're definitely going to have to cut one more. See, it's really weird. You see it? It's like kind of half on the middle. That's okay. We'll make it work. Not a problem. You won't be able to tell once we get everything on here. Imperfections are just part of the game. And I think that kind of makes Wreath wonderful because each one is absolutely unique. Okay. So I'll spread this out and the one before it so I can make sure you can see both colors well. Aren't these pretty? I love these metallic colors. Hi Chris. Hi Kristen. Yep, 30 inches. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we're going to cut 2 more. So since I have 2 colors, I like to just put the 2 colors together and roll them out together. Of course, you know I have this little table that's down here helps me. And somebody asked me about this the other day. This is just one of those folding tray tables that you can get from Walmart. And it's adjustable height. So I just keep it under my table, and then it just makes it a little bit easier for me to cut. It's a very easy, inexpensive trick. Alright, and I'll just use my board and cut one more. Okay, there we go. Then we'll have all our ruffles done, and we can work on ribbons. Okay. There we go. All right. Got the two pieces together. Don't you love these colors together? I love these colors together. Okay. To me, the gold almost even looks like the red in the beard that you usually see of the leprechauns. There we go. Okay, so I'll get these sides spread out against the last side. There we go. There. So we got the basic part ready. And now we can, Old Tide Pottery was for the base, for this base. So this mesh right here, these two mesh came from Hobby Lobby. It's in their section where they have the St. Patrick's Day. And most of my ribbons came from Hobby Lobby too. So I have this one. It has the light green and the darker green in it. This one came from Craft Outlet, and it's just the little 3-leaf clovers. This one came from Hobby Lobby. It's also 3-leaf clovers, and this has gold and green in it. This is just a green. That came from Hobby Lobby. And then I have one more we're going to cut. Where did it? Oh, here it is. Okay, this one came from Craft Outlet. So these bigger ones are the 2.5 inch. This is the 1.5 inch. And tonight we are going to cut our ribbons at 14 inches because we want them to stand out. So when I cut ribbon, I use a piece of cardboard that I have cut. So I'm doing 14-inch ribbons. So this piece of cardboard is 7 inches. And then I just covered it in duct tape. And what I do is I put the ribbon at the top. And when I come back up to the top, that's a 14-inch. But what I can do is just stand here and turn it like this. So I have the top notched so I won't lose track of where I need to cut it off. But see, it just makes it a lot faster to cut ribbon. And I don't have to make more than one cut. I know a lot of people like to do it around the little things that you get with your Pro Bow, but that's 2 cuts. I'd rather just do the one. And then I cut at an angle just to give a nice little detail. It's not required, it's just a little decorative. Makes it look finished. So, you see? Just that fast we cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's just a lot faster. And hey, I mean, this is pretty much free. Just cut a piece of cardboard off the next box you get. So I have one for 14-inch, one for 16-inch, and one for 12-inch, because that's the major ones that I do. So I just have 3 different sizes. It just makes it really fast. So, alright, so we'll get started on our ribbons. Sorry, I started on a new diet. It's making me so thirsty. Okay. So, I just like to put 2 ribbons together like this. And then just fold them over. Find the center. Then I just go back in, open up my tie, put it down. And then I'll tie it off. 1, 2, 3. Now, you want to tie it tight enough that it's not going to come loose, but you know, you don't have to kill your hands trying to tie it really tight. Okay, and then for the bottom, I'm going to pull all of my ribbons down this way. When you're doing something like a ruffle, if you will pull your ribbons down on the bottom, you'll just have a much easier time of seeing them. If you spread them out, they will start folding over from this one up top. And so if you want your ribbons to stay nice and formed like they are, then just put them all down to the front. So just find the center. Look how perfect that one matches. Okay, and we'll open our tie back up, put it down, tie it, 1, 2, 3. So make sure you can see it. Alright, then I'll pull these down front like this. There we go. You see how much better you can see it if you pull it all in the front like that? And all I do when I'm doing ribbons is I just alternate the colors so that you get to see all of the ribbons. I like to use 5 or 6, but you know, it's a preference. You can use 2 if you want. You can use 1 if you want. It's just purely up to your taste and what you like. So, I am going to put ribbon in every ruffle. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. It depends on what I'm going to put on the top. So put it down, 3 twists, pull out my ribbon. See, and this is all wired ribbon, so what that means is that you can push it up like that. It just gives it a nice look, and the wired makes it so that, you know, if you put this up and store it and you bring it back down, you can get those ribbons looking just like they were when you put it up. So, let me turn this around so you can see. Okay. So just spread them out like that. Okay. I'll just keep going. So just open it up, put it down, and tie it back 1, 2, 3. And then space them out. Like that. I'm glad it's helpful. That's what I want. Okay. Okay. Ribbons like to stick together. It's because they're all wired. That's okay though. we're getting closer. Now we can do the top. What is a ruffle? So a ruffle is where you cut your mesh. This one's cut at 30 inches and then you push it together up the center. If you'll hang around at the end, I'll cut another one and show you. Alright, so here's the first option. That's the first option. Here's the second option. Alright. And here's the third option. Okay, so with this one, what I think would be cute is to see if these come apart. Yes, they're snaps. And then put like the head here. Let's see if I can get it apart. The arms here. Let's see, where's that other arm? And then the little body and legs down here. Or even right there. You see it? You could even just take the legs off and have the legs coming out like that. Okay, so which one do you like? Let's do the stuffed leprechaun face, and we will save this little guy for another one. Maybe we'll do Curly or something to do him. So we'll save him for when we do a different one, because I definitely want to do some others. Okay, so if we're going to do the leprechaun face, and he is adorable, so that means that we can do all the ribbons and they're not going to be a problem. All right. So I am going to cut a few more of the 1.5 inch because I really like those. So I'll just grab my handy dandy cardboard and go to town here. Okay. I think you're alright. I like this little guy. He's so cute. Alright. So on the top, you can do your ribbons the way that you normally do them, or you can go facing down again. When we go around this little guy, I'm definitely going to pull them so they're facing down. But the others I may just do the regular way. So that way we can have both on one wreath. Okay. Okay. Wreath like this. So these were about $7.99, and I think they were 40% off. So $8 a piece for these, minus 40%. This little guy was a couple dollars. The ribbons, usually I use about a yard of ribbon, and I usually estimate that to be about $10. And then any little type of things like this. So usually I have between 20 and 35 in a wreath. Now sometimes I do a little bit more, like for Mardi Gras, but generally speaking I try not to pack too much in them, because you can make a really pretty wreath and it not be a fortune. So does that help? Alright, so I'm putting this one down because of his little face right here. Alright, so I'll just do the same thing. And this could be interchangeable for whatever you decide you want to put there. And of course the colors can be interchangeable too. So, the way I normally do ribbon is I have kind of like a crisscross. So, one across and one down the middle. But since these are 14-inch, I think I am going to go ahead and put them all down the front, because otherwise they're hitting his face. So, it all depends on what you have in the center here. Alright. So, just keep going. Okay. Not to worry, I am taping it at the same time, so there will be a clear version of it on YouTube later on. So if you need to come back and watch a clearer version, it will be on my YouTube channel. And this time I won't cut out the conversation because that really confused people. Okay. So just keep going around. I think after I've been on here for a little bit, it does that. I don't know why, but it does kind of get a little bit not great selection. Reception. Okay. There we go. Oops, what did I do with my other ribbons? Oh, there's one. Okay. Okay. So we're almost done with the ribbons, and then we'll put our little guy on. A snowman tree. You know what my sister does? She takes her Christmas tree down and she puts up a Mardi Gras wreath. Of course, she's in Florida, in Pensacola, so it's big there. Alright, we got all our ribbons in. Let's see that? Alright, now, did we get them all in? Oh, looks like there's one there. Needs one. Okay. Looks like I missed one. Alright. Okay. There we go. Now, yes, I know, and Mardi Gras is so much fun. We don't get to have that kind of fun here. Alright, so for this little guy, there's a few options that we can do. I'm going to cut his little tag off, because I don't want you to be able to see it from the back. But I think what I'm going to do, isn't he cute? I'm just going to take some little pipe cleaners. And what I'll do is I'll take my little beadsmith tool and I'll just punch a hole in it. And I like to put it in an area that you're not really going to be able to see very well. Here, let me get a different one. Okay. So I just put a little hole in here and I just run my pipe cleaner right through it like that. And then what I'll do is I'll just kind of twist it on here just to keep it from pulling on the fabric like that. Now the reason that I use this is actually what you use for sheet metal, but the reason I use this is because it puts a very tiny little hole and it's not going to be something that's going to damage whatever you're using. I've tried a lot of different things, and this, even though it's not for this purpose, works out great. So, and I just twist another one. Okay. So let's see. I definitely want to get some on the edges up here. So if you're okay, so I'm gonna poke a hole in this up here. I like to have at least 4 corners if I can when I'm putting something on. Alright, so twist that one on. Oh, wonderful. Okay, I'll do the other side. There we go. Okay. So now that I've gotten all these tied on, then I will just flip it over and figure out the best place to put it so that I can tie them on. So I'll start with this one up here. And what I like to do is, if I can, just kind of move my mesh aside a little bit and tie it down to the base. Because you're always better off if you can tie it to the base. And so I'll just twist it a couple times and then I'll twist it around the base. And I'll show you just a second. So I've got it right there. Tied right there. And then I can just move my mesh back and you can't see where it went. Okay? Now I'll do the same thing on this side. So just kind of gently move my mesh around and then put my pipe cleaner down. You don't want to tie it so tight that it's going to squash your base. So you want to tie it tight enough it's not going to come off, and not so tight that it'll squash your ruffles. There we go. Then I just re-fluff that stuff. Redo my ribbons. Oop. Okay, we've almost got this one. So, move it aside. This is actually easy because it's the perfect height to go on the top and the bottom. How about that? That doesn't happen very often. Okay. Then move it back. And then this side. Okay. So I'm just putting it under here and tying it off and then wrapping it around the base. And then I fluff my stuff back. Alright, then what I like to do is the shake test. So I'll shake it, make sure nothing's coming off. It's good, it's on there. If you do the shake test and it doesn't move, you're good to go. So, alright, so I've gotten all kinds of cute little things we can put in here to give it a little bit more fun. Look at this. Isn't this cute? So this has wire, so you could do it two ways. You could bend the wire and tie it in, or you could take it out and put it on your little tie like that. I love to do that because it's just easy. And it makes a great little base. Now what I do is I put a little spot of glue on there. I have some, look at the pot of gold. I love that. We got to put this somewhere. Let's see, where should we put the pot of gold? Maybe up at the top. So this will have to use the little piece that came with it, or you could just glue it on. Actually, I think I'll just glue it on. And then I have some of these. You know I love these. And you can separate these. They have wire in them. And then I just like to put them. So you can take and you can put it in your tie and tie it off. You can pull it out or leave it in. I'll put one there. I'll put one over here. Okay. So we'll move that. So I just tie it right around these little ties and then pull it out a little bit. I have these. I like these. So I'll take some of these, maybe a couple together, and just twist them up. So maybe take two at a time off. Okay. And these have wire on them also. Let's see, where did this come from? This is from Hobby Lobby. And so is this. And then I will put some on the bottom, around the top. I just like to have a few little things that kind of come out from the wreath. I think it's just fun. Okay, so I'll put one here. Alright, then I kind of pull them apart. Then we can put the pot of gold maybe here. Alright, so I have several of these. So I'll just put them around randomly. Just kind of give it a little bit more interest. I have several of these little pots of gold. So I can put one over here and one over there. Let's see, is this hot enough yet? Now I'm just going to put glue on the bottom. Not quite. So this takes a minute to heat up sometimes. But I think that's about it. So let's see if I can put it up so you can see it. You see that? Oh, I think I'm going to put a few more of these little things like over here. I like these. These are fun. Okay. What you doing, Bella? Craziness. Okay, so there's one. Let's put one over here. Ooh, that just makes it fun. You see how we have some stuff coming out? That's fun. There's one. We can put one here. see if this is hot enough yet. There we go. Alright, so I'll just put some hot glue down and put it down. Thank you. Alright. There we go. Alright, got our pot of golds. That's cute. Alright, so I didn't put any of this on, but I wanted to show you, you can put some of the deco mesh tubing on. So I thought I'd save that for our next one. So when we do another one and we do our little leprechaun guy, we'll use our deco flex tubing. So, alright, I think we are done. Okay, well I hope you enjoyed this. Here is the finished wreath. Whoop. There we go. I think it turned out really good. So, if you hear conversation going on, just remember it was alive, and I over tape it just so you can get a nice clear version. But I hope you enjoyed this. And hey, if you want to see a live, hop on over to Facebook, because I'm afraid I still don't have lives on YouTube, but they're working on it, I guess. But I will see y'all again soon. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Bye-bye.